lawsuit that seeks to overthrow the banning of female circumcision in the Gambia for the first time of its hearing met a preliminary objection from the State Council, pending that the Supreme Court lacked the authority or the jurisdiction to hear the case. Almame Jiba, the National Assembly member for Fonyi Councillor, and 7 others are challenging the decision of the National Assembly members to amend the Women's Act 2010, which prohibited the practice of female circumcision in the Gambia. It is the case of Almame Jiba and the 7 others that introduction of Section 32A and B violated provisions of the Constitution, which are Section 17 1 and 2, Section 25 1C, Section 28 1 and 2, and Section 32 2 and 3 of the 1997 Constitution that deals with the fundamental rights of the citizens and freedom of association. Almame Jiba and the 7 others are seeking from the Supreme Court a declaration that the amendment is unconstitutional. They also seek from the Supreme Court to strike out Section 32A and B and reinstated the original Section 32 of the Women's Act 2020. They also ask the Supreme Court to declare that the National Assembly members have acted beyond their legislative power against Act, which bans the practice of female circumcision. When the case was called before the Supreme Court 5-man panel, Counsel Jabo appeared for the plaintiffs, while State Counsel Akawao appeared for the Attorney General and Minister of Justice. State Counsel raised a preliminary objection, asserting that the Supreme Court lacked the jurisdiction to hear the matter that concern interpretation or enforcement of Section 17 to Section 33 of the Constitution, which deals with fundamental rights. He said the court does not have the jurisdiction to hear or determine matters relating to interpretation or enforcement of Section 17 to Section 33 of the Constitution, and he asked the court that the suit is incompetent and therefore it should be struck out. He further argued that human rights issues falls under the jurisdiction of the High Court. He asked the courts to dismiss the case with cause. Counsel Jabo, representing the plaintiff, asked for the court to give him time where he will also file his response to the submission of State Counsel. This request was granted by the courts and the matter is adjourned to the 9th of April 2025, where Counsel Jabo also filed his response to the argument of the State Counsel, where the Supreme Court will take a decision whether it has the jurisdiction to hear the case or they didn't have the jurisdiction. I posed the question to Counsel Jabo why he chose to represent the plaintiff in the case Almame Jiba and the co. Since Almame and the co has been battling to secure the service of a lawyer, only today Counsel Jabo appeared to represent the plaintiff in the case. It has been dragging since its inception here, where Mr. Jiba and the other parties were struggling to secure the service of a lawyer. Finally, you are here to represent both parties in this case. Why do you think it was necessary for you to actually attack this case first?
Well, this is an important public matter. Like I said, we must encourage public conversation in matters of great significance. And this is a matter of great significance. As you can see, all these people are here because they have an interest in this matter. So it is a matter of immense significance. Now, Honorable Jiba came to me and said, help us. Yeah, and I believe it is a worthy cause. So I'm helping them. I'm not asking for anything. All I said is that if there are any court-related costs, like filing fees and things like that, those will not even be more than $1,000. They can pay for them. But as for fees, I'm not asking for anything. It's a public service.
Today we have seen the State Council has raised an issue in regards to the jurisdiction of the Supreme Court to hear this matter, and they made their reference to Section 127 of the Constitution, which they said barred the Supreme Court to hear this matter. In an event, actually, this matter has been struck out. Do you want to use another alternative, either go to the other courts that has the jurisdiction, or you just indicate there?
Well, we'll wait for the Supreme Court's ruling. They made their submissions. I'll come and make my submissions on behalf of my plaintiffs. Yes, sorry, on behalf of the plaintiffs, my clients. So that is what we'll be doing on Wednesday. And then the ball will go back to the Supreme Court to decide on the way forward. So for me, I do not disparage anybody's views on either side of the divide. Obviously, it is a contentious issue, no doubt about that. It is agonizing. But at the end of the day, that is what democratic processes are for. The Supreme Court is sitting there, is the head of the court system in the Gambia. So it's better to go to the courts. than, like I said, meet in the streets and start throwing stones at each other. So the court, I'm very grateful to the court for giving me time, because the matter is actually slated for hearing today. But the court was generous enough to give me time to come and respond to what the state had to say on Wednesday. So I'm looking forward to that.
Meaning we will see Counsel Jabo filing opposition in regards to what the state has moved today, or their arguments. Are you going to actually also respond to the state?
Well, actually, Counsel Jabo did file a response to the preliminary objection.
Okay.
So the preliminary objection is about saying, okay, don't even hear the matter. That is what a preliminary objection is. So you don't go to the merits of the case. You are saying there is no case here, because jurisdictionally the Supreme Court has no mandate to listen to this matter. We'll be opposing that. We want the Supreme Court to deal with the substance of the matter. That cannot happen if it decides that the state is right, that the matter should not be heard, because it lacks jurisdiction. But again, that is some way off. We will know all about that in the long run, probably when the court opens next time. It wouldn't be, there is no time for the Supreme Court to make a decision. It wouldn't make a decision on the spot, I don't think. So I'll do my submissions and the matter proceeds.
Thank you.
Yes.
Almame Jiba added his voice by thanking Counsel Jabo.
In regard to the lawyer, we just met him a few days ago. It is pro bonus, no charge fee. He is doing it as a Gambian and as a concerned citizen. And I think these are the type of people that are ready to salvage the needy. And he has, the lawyer has accrued very sensibly, saying, when we met him, he didn't even charge us for a butut as a consultation fee, or even to meet him in general to ask for something. So I think what I would do, ask the entire Gambian Muslim Ummah, the traditional leaders, the imams, the society, and people who are Gambians. We need to make a honorable prayer to lawyer Jabo for his stood. I am saying to you free, when we met others were charging us for 3 million, 6 million, 1.5 million, 2 million for a case. So he coming up to take this case pro bonus, free of charge. He didn't even charge us for a butut. So I'm also saying this, as Gambians, as loved ones, as Muslims, as traditional leaders, it is high time for us to pay him back. Monetarily, I'm asking for everybody's support. Financially, for everybody's support. In terms of prayers, for everybody's support. In terms of removing charity fund, for everybody's support. So for him, we will continue to fight this case. And we are Gambians, and we respect the rule of law. And today's proceeding is add up and thumbs up. And what he has stood for us, it is our wish and aspiration, and the aspiration of the Gambian people and the entire Muslim Ummah. We are here to stay, and we continue to stay. And this is a process, as he has said. The process will continue, and we avail all and sundry for us to supplicate in our Juma prayers, in our Tafi schools, in our home, in our traditional gatherings, to solicit and pray for Lamin Jabo for his progress and the stood that he has stood to avail the crying of the needy. And we are one of them, and we salute him. And we are now saying to you that we are very appreciative, and we will continue to rally behind and support our cause for the well-being of Gambian people. Thank you very much.
Kek Sane, reporting from the Supreme Court of the Gambia. Keksane, reporting from the Supreme Court of the Gambia.